Why, hello there, YouTube fam. Welcome back to The Organized Millennial. I am Anna, and today I am back with another memory plan with me. Today I'm going to be using this pastel Grinch kit, and I'm so excited because y'all already know I love the Grinch, because I pretty much am the Grinch. So I am so excited to be using this kit. It is from Caress Press. And I just love, you guys know, I love Caress Press kits. Like, her and Sticky Essentials are probably top of the top for me as far as kits go. I just find planning with their kits so easy and so fluid. And I love their kind of bold, vibrant colors. I love their paper. Y'all know, I don't know why I'm going on. Anyways, today I'm planning for the week of Christmas, which I basically hoarded the Grinch kit because I was going to use it the week of Christmas because that's just who I am. So I'm so excited. This is also my last spread in my 2020 EC Life Planner. So I'm so excited to get started in my new planner. I am still going to try out both memory planners that I have. So if you're brand new to the channel, I'm planning to use either the Recollections Vertical Planner or the Goosby Twins Planner for 2021 as my memory planner. So I will do spreads in both. I'm not sure if I will film both, but you will, if you don't see it here on my YouTube channel, you will see both spreads on, you're definitely going to see one spread, I should say. In the other spread you will see on Instagram if you don't see it on my YouTube channel. So now that we have all that fun stuff out of the way, I'm really excited for today's video because I am going to be talking to you guys about goals. I have several goals for 2021. They fall into financial goals, of course, because this is a budgeting channel as well as a planning channel. I have some personal goals, and of course I have YouTube goals as well. So I'm going to be sharing all of my goals. It might be 2 videos, I'm not sure. I'm going to start this video and might have to have a part 2 next plan with me, which is fine. But I'm excited to finally share them with you guys because I'm excited for them. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys have questions on any of the stickers that you see me using, please let me know down below in the comments. I do always have all of the shops that I use linked in my description box, so you can always check those out. But if you have a question about a particular sticker, just drop it down below in the comments. I'm happy to answer that for you. So without further ado, let's get into these goals for 2021. Okay, so I can't help myself, guys. I have to start with my financial goals. Y'all know I'm about the budget life. I'm about the personal finance life. So I'm going to start with those first. And probably the biggest goal, which I guess is kind of a financial and a personal goal, is that I'm probably going to be selling my condo this year. So for those of you who don't know, I do own a condo. I pay a mortgage. You guys see it in my budgeting videos if you're not new to the channel. But I've realized that it is not conducive to my finances at the moment. I think one of the things that you'll hear Dave Ramsey preach and his team preach are that, you want your home to be a blessing and not a burden. And I've realized that it's become more of a burden for me. Not only, when I look at cost versus income of it, it takes up quite a bit of my income. And it's supposed to be, I think, like 1/3 of your income that your home takes up. Let me know in the comments if it's a different number, but I think it's 1/3 or something like that. It shouldn't be more than 1/3 of your income. Mine's is definitely more than 1/3 of my income. But also I can't say I wasn't prepared, but I got hit with a lot of repairs for my home at the same time, or back to back, which you guys, again, if you've been following the channel, I had an issue with my heating. I had issues with my dishwasher. I had to replace some other things in the home. And for those of you who don't know, I live in a condo complex. Basically, it's an old home that was renovated. So it's actually a very old home. It was renovated, but there's still, it's still an old home. It wasn't completely torn down and rebuilt. It was just renovated. So with that, of course, comes repairs. So I think, after kind of taking all that into account, it just makes sense that I sell it and, focus on saving a little bit more, focus on some other financial goals, and then circle back to home ownership when I'm really ready for it. Because I think that I basically just went into it not being as ready as I should have been. And the funny thing is, this isn't my first time owning a home. I've actually owned a home before. And yeah, that's a whole nother story for another day. But this is kind of the first time I'm like on my own, owning my home. The previous time I owned it, I did live with my parents. Even though I owned the home, I did live with them. So there was lots of help in regards to paying the mortgage. There was help in regards to paying for repairs. It was just a whole different situation and circumstance than what I'm in right now. This is kind of the first time I'm really on my own owning a home. So, you live and you learn, but I do want my house or my home in the future to be a blessing and not a burden. And I feel like it has become that. So I think it just makes sense for me to do it at this time. So I'm going to be selling it. I'll be moving into an apartment, I'm sure. I'm not sure where. This is kind of in the very early stages that I'm sharing it with you guys. Like I said, it's a goal. So hopefully that goes well, but I'm planning to sell it and move into an apartment for the time being until I feel prepared to move into a home. And I will tell you guys, if there's one thing that I've learned about owning 2 homes now, it's that home ownership is not for everyone. I know it's the American dream. I know people strive for it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, power to you if that's what you want. But I think a lot of times we're just sold the dream and we're like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to own a home. That's the American dream. So then you go for it and then you get it and you're like, maybe it's not for me. And I'm not saying it's the case for me. I'm not sure if it's for me or not. I think just right now at this moment in my life, it is not for me. So that's my 2 cents on that. But that is a goal. So I am planning to sell my condo, which is both stressful and exciting. So that's goal number 1. Goal number 2, kind of going hand in hand with goal number 1, is that I do want to save a lot more this year. I realized that last year actually was much more of a debt payoff year than I thought so. Like, towards the end of the year, I'm like, I'm really not paying attention to debt. Like, this wasn't really a good year for paying off debt, but I paid off a lot of my debt in the beginning of the year, middle of the year. So I paid off my credit card debt, I think mid-year, and then I paid off my student loan at the beginning of 2020. So those of you who have just joined me probably don't even know that. But those of you who are like the OGs know that I actually paid off my student loan at the beginning of the year. And I did that basically by taking money from my emergency fund, which I have mixed feelings about looking back. I mean, I still have money in my emergency fund. I have the $1,000 and then some, so I still feel like I have an emergency fund. I didn't completely deplete it to pay off debt, but I did take quite a decent amount to pay off my student loan. Let me see if I can grab amounts for you guys. Hang on. Okay, so I have numbers for you guys. So I paid off $6,704.97 of my student loan in 2020, and that was the amount that I took from my savings. And then I also paid off my credit card, and I don't have that number for you, but I think it was like $3,000 or something. It wasn't a very large amount. I did not take from my savings to pay off my credit card, but I did for my student loans. So basically, my emergency savings is not where I want it to be at the moment. It's definitely not fully funded, and I want to get it as close to, if not too fully funded, in 2021. So I'm really going to be focusing on savings For the beginning of the year, my savings is really going to be towards moving and towards any expenses that might go to getting my condo ready to sell, if I need to paint or, do small repairs. So most of my savings for the first half of the year are going to go towards that. So there's going to be a much bigger focus on saving. Then once I move and am settled into my apartment, savings will go towards my emergency fund to refund. Refund? It sounds like refund. It sounds like I'm giving myself a refund, but I guess I basically am giving myself a refund. So yes, once I moved, I can't speak, y'all. Once I am moved and settled in, I will be focusing on kind of refunding my emergency fund to get it again to or as close to a fully funded emergency fund. And I am aiming for 6 months worth of expenses, at least for now. Once I hit that, if I want to go to a year's worth of expenses, awesome. But right now I'm aiming for 6 months worth of expenses, which I think is about $20K for me, if I remember correctly, from my emergency fund video set up like way back when. I'll link it up in the cards if you guys missed that. But so goal number 2 is to save for moving expenses and then to save for my emergency fund. So I'm hoping to save somewhere between $5,000 at the minimum towards my emergency fund and $10,000 being my stretch goal for my emergency fund. So when you guys, just a quick tip or tidbit, when you guys are making goals for yourself, try to make them as specific as possible, because that makes it easier to know if you reached a goal, right? Like for example, if your goal is to save more in 2021, we'll put a number to that. What is realistic for you to save? What are you planning to save? Because then it makes it easier to measure, and easier for you to really see at the end of the year if you hit your goal or not. It's very cut and dry, versus saving more money could mean, well, I saved 25 cents this year, so I'm good, right? Well, 25 cents is 25 cents, but I don't know if that really means you committed to saving. So try to make your goals as specific as you can. Many of you have probably heard about SMART goals, which basically it's an acronym that means your goal is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and oh God, what's the T, y'all? That sounds like I'm saying what's the T, like spill the tea, but I mean what does the T stand for? I'm looking it up. Hold on. What is the T? Oh my gosh, this is going to drive me crazy. Hold on. I'm getting there. Google. I can't type fast. Jeez. Okay. SMART goals. The T is time-based. Attach a time frame to it. So, for me, the time frame is going to be all of 2021. So January 1st of 2021 through December 31st of 2021. So that's my time frame. But yes, it's definitely a good idea to follow the SMART goal formula. And you guys can literally Google it and see some examples of that. But anyways, tidbit over. So that is goal number 2. So we've got sell my condo, save $5K minimum, $10K stretch towards my emergency fund. My next financial goal is to pay down my car loan. So if you guys have been following the channel, I've been saying I want to be debt-free in 2021. Now, of course, I still want that. And if I can make that happen, I will be flippin' thrilled. But realistically speaking, obviously I have some other goals that are a little more pressing as far as selling my condo, saving, because I really want to get my emergency fund where it needs to be. Those are things that are more important to me right now, especially given the time we're living in, where, thank God, I'll knock on wood. I need to find some wood. I've been able to keep my employment, keep my job, and I'm so grateful for that. But we're still in the middle of a pandemic, even though there's, of course, hope with the vaccine and everything that's been going on. I've definitely felt like I'm not prepared. If God forbid I were to lose my job tomorrow, I don't feel prepared to handle that for a long period of time. Even a short-term period of time, I feel like I'm unprepared for. So I really want to focus on saving, and then have debt take a little bit of a backseat. So I want to pay down my car loan by half. So right now my car loan is at about $16,811 and like 40 cents or 42 cents, something like that. So I want to pay that down by half. So that means I want to pay $8,405.70 towards my car loan. That's the minimum goal. A stretch goal really would be anything above that. If I can pay anything above that, I will consider that like a complete win for 2021, just because of the other goals that I have going on. Now, these goals might be a little more attainable again if I'm able to sell my condo, because the idea is that hopefully I'll be working with more of my income if I sell my condo. So again, this is all what ifs and possibilities. We'll see how the year progresses, but though that's what I'm trying to focus on. So that is goal number 3. Goal number 4 for my financial goals, I think I have 2 more left. They kind of go hand in hand, so I guess I could make them one goal, but it's to invest in myself. So one of the things I want to do is start a Roth IRA this year. Again, I have hefty goals. They're hefty. And yet these goals are kind of ongoing. If for some reason there's a goal I don't hit in 2021, it's just going to be on the top of the list for 2022. So I'm not in the business of beating myself up over goals not met, especially during a pandemic. But again, throwing it out into the universe. I really want to invest in myself more. I want to invest in my passions more, and I want to invest in a Roth IRA as well, invest in retirement more. Because, we all trying to get to that FIRE life. If you guys don't know what FIRE is, it's financial independence, retire early. I mean, ain't we all trying to get there? Those of us who are budgeting and, budgeting to get to these financial goals. So if I can get there, I'll be great, but I will settle for just investing in myself. So I want to invest more in my passions, and I want to invest in a Roth IRA. So I think both kind of go hand in hand with kind of investing in yourself. So I'll just say that's my 4th financial goal. So that is pretty much it for my financial goals, you guys. I feel like we're pretty close to the end of this plan with me, and I don't know. I don't really want to get into my other goals and get cut off mid-goal. So I think I'm going to end my goal chat here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of new take. I thought a lot about whether I should do this, because this kind of brings my budgeting niche or my budgeting friends into my plan with me kind of realm, and vice versa. So hopefully you guys enjoyed getting a little bit of both, and I hope it was informative to you. Let me know down below in the comments what some of your goals are for 2021, whether financial or not. I'm going to use the next plan with me, which will be New Year's. It'll be my New Year's week plan with me. I will be using, sorry guys, I'll be using that video to go through my personal goals and my YouTube goals with you guys, which of course I'm just as excited to share, because I'm so excited for them. So I'll be doing that next video. So if you enjoyed this video, you guys, give it a thumbs up so I know that you liked kind of bringing the 2 niches together and enjoyed this type of content. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more budgeting and planning content, and so that you don't miss my next video with part 2 of my goals for 2021. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.